Well, now it's time for us to get into how do we make all this come to life, right? And how do we adapt? And how do we do this? And so as we go into it, again, we've got to keep coming back to why we're doing it, right? Because when you're clear on that, when you're clear on your purpose, it helps you work your way through all the details, even when things might not be clear or like, oh, okay, we'll get there. Let me just give you this little heads up. It's been, as Gina made apparently clear, I don't have it all figured out. So hopefully you feel good about that. She's right, by the way. What I'm about to share with you and even what's being recorded, we are deliberately, intentionally wanting to give you, we're telling you what's going to happen, not what is happening like right now, okay? As much as, and there's I've heard two responses so far from people who have heard this. One has been, whoa, that's a lot, easy there. And then others, once they get it, are like, how fast can we get there? Let's go, come on, let's go. And the answer is going to be, hey, well, it'll be somewhere in the middle, okay? Because what we want to do, and we'll work through these details at the end of the day, kind of share with you a roadmap on, hey, what do the next 6 months look like, okay? But what we want to do is introduce components of Devoted, leading all the way up to Rally, August 1, where we become fully devoted, okay? And the reason for that is, one, it gives us the proper time to test different things, to source products appropriately, to do all of that stuff, okay? And that is good for everyone, all right? And so we're committed to doing that. And you know what? If for some reason we get to August 1, there's a couple things that's like, we could really use 2 more weeks on that, then it's better for all of us to say, hey, we'll take 2 more weeks to do that, right? What's 2 weeks? Nothing, okay? So just know that. The other thing is, as we do this, hey, we're in uncharted territory. And so even what I am about to share with you, I'm sharing with you to help you prepare, but it's important for you to hear this. If we get to a certain point and we're like, okay, we've got to even adjust some of that, then we'll adjust some of that, okay? Because we have to, okay? So just know that. If things come up and say, okay, I know this is what we thought, or this is the timing we thought, but this is actually what's going to occur, then that's what we'll do, okay? So I just want to make sure we're all clear on that as we go through this. What we are presenting to you today are our plans today, all right? And we feel pretty good about them. We've spent a lot of time thinking on them, all right? But as you start responding to different things in this, it then might, it's a domino, right? Because of this, then that, then this, then that. So anyway, does that make sense? We all good there? The other alternative is we just don't tell you, right? So no one wants that. Okay. All right, so let's dig into this. We're a marketplace with a mission, right? We offer products with a purpose. Your shopping can help shape the world. How do we do that? How do we go from the premiere that we've all known for 35 years into this new iteration of Devoted? And so I'm going to share this with you, and some of this, if you were having trouble with the concept overall, grasping that, getting these details, again, the goal right now is not to completely understand it all 30 seconds after I say it, all right? This will all be available. You can go back and watch it, but I want to walk you through the core components of how we see this working, all right? You ready? Okay. So how do I join Devoted? Now, first, let me just say, as a jeweler, you're in. There's not anything additional that you need to do to be part of Devoted other than like you would normally renew and things like that, okay? So let's talk about the new person, all right? How does someone who's interested in joining Devoted, how will they do that? Well, first off, what are they? You've heard me already use this phrase, affiliates. And I want to talk about this for a second. Right now you're jewelers, and that makes sense because we sell jewelry. That won't fit anymore, right? We do much more than that. And so we spent a lot of time, and we got some input from the field too, and we had this thought of affiliates. And affiliate is not something we invented. It's actually a fairly common phrase, especially now. Many of you might be familiar with this. So many different businesses have affiliate programs. Amazon has an affiliate program, right? You could go there. There's some stipulations in place, but you can join. They give you a link. I have one. I got it years ago. I never use it, but I got one, right? You can earn money if you want to. And they have all these different categories to where if you're an affiliate, they call it an associate, but if you're an affiliate with Amazon, and this is mostly created for people who are like using it online, or they're emailing it out, or they have a web presence, or maybe they have a strong social presence, whatever. And look at those rates, those staggering rates. You can make anywhere from 1% up to 10%. Okay? And by the way, Amazon has the largest affiliate program in the world. Okay? With that. All right? A lot of people do it. Others do it. Etsy, real popular. You can join their affiliate program. Similar thing. They'll give you rewards. You can sign up today. You can earn between 4 and 8% commission on everything that you sell. All right? Everything that you share. What they're doing is they're giving you a little link or whatever, and there's all kinds of things that go into it. Target has affiliates. Lots of sites, by the way, and the way you find out typically, you go to a site if you're curious. Typically, it's down in those little small footer links at the bottom. You can go down there, affiliate program, and learn all about it. Why am I bringing this up? Look at that. Well, we have 5 to 8% on different things, different categories. Can you imagine how confusing this could be if, hey, every single category that we have has a different rate, and I don't know what it is, and I'm sure most people don't really even care. They're just like, okay, whatever. So my point in showing you that is not to go become an Amazon or a Target affiliate. My point here is to show you, one, it's important as we ask people, hey, what is it you're going to become? And we don't want to be overly clever or overly cute with whatever that term is. It makes sense there's a segment of people out there that are very familiar with affiliate programs, right? And so, why don't we just introduce our affiliate program to them, okay? And it makes sense. Some people, I know you'll find this fascinating, some people kind of stay at arm's length from direct selling opportunities, right? And so if it sounds like anything associated with that, sometimes automatically, you've got to talk them through that. So we're going to call people who represent Devoted, Jewelers will start being known as affiliates, okay? I'm an affiliate with Devoted. Very simple. It's something we don't have to explain to most people, right? Straightforward. So how do I join? How do I do that? You can become an affiliate for only $95, okay? Now then, there is a difference here. A lot of affiliate programs like the ones I just showed you don't always require an enrollment, okay? But because of the way that we're going to work and some of the rewards that we're going to give, we do need a little bit of a threshold. Hey, you have to cross over and say that you're interested in this to join, okay? But as we all know in Premier, we're used to $3.95, $7.95. And so as we looked at this, and of course we've had $45 a month, but this is an annual enrollment, okay? $95 a year, and you are an affiliate with Devoted, all right? That's pretty simple. It will be the only option, all right? So you won't have the other options. This will be it, okay? Let me keep going through this. Like I said, annual, not monthly. It'll include everything you need to share Devoted products. Now, what is everything you need? Well, you'll get your website with that, okay? I'll show you in a minute how you can take advantage of if you're wanting to get samples or things like that, okay? But essentially, you're just being set up to where I've got everything I need. I've got my website ready to go. I'm in the system. I'm ready. All good, okay? Pretty clear, right? Let's talk about retail profit. How much am I going to make on all this Devoted stuff, right? Surely it crossed your mind. Huh? All right. Affiliates will make a 25% retail profit on anything they sell other than jewelry, okay? So in other words, affiliate cost would be 25% off. Affiliates continue to make 50% on Premier jewelry, okay? All right, that's the rest of that story so that you can breathe again, okay? But first off, as you just saw, 25% is still a lot. Now then, I will just tell you this. Take affiliate out of it. Here at Premier, we are extremely spoiled, okay? 50% is unheard of. I think you know that. We love it. It's awesome. It is great, okay? Now then, Have any of you talked with anyone who has chosen to do some other opportunity with some other company? Yeah, right. Yeah, we all have. I'm pretty sure they didn't offer 50%. So why did they choose that other company? It must be something else, right? So we have to recognize, yes, 50% is great and it's awesome and I want it if I can get it. But it's a lot of times we think, well, if I don't have that, I have nothing. It's not the driving factor a lot of times. You know what the best thing is? Product that moves, right? Whatever the percentage is of that is what's good, okay? So keep that in mind, because most companies, if they were to start with 25%, it would be like, oh my goodness, that is amazing. A lot of companies that are out there are kind of in that range. Compared to the affiliate programs I just showed you, we obviously blow that out of the water, okay? So don't sit there, because it's very natural when you've been used to it for years as you're approaching someone new to join Devoted. First off, they don't know any of that stuff, right? It's not so much we make 50% on jewelry and we make 25% on the other stuff. It's we make 25% on everything that you sell and we actually make more on this stuff, okay? I mean, make sure that you set that up the right way, because does that make sense? Okay, good. Good. Obviously, affiliate costs on those items will continue to be 50% off, but the real key here for each and every one of you isn't so much the percentage, it's the volume, right? A wider selection should lead to bigger orders, more orders, right? More orders from people who already purchased from you, orders from people who never have purchased from you, okay? That's the real win here. Make sense? But what we've done is tried to say, okay, you're not losing what you've had with jewelry right now, and here it is, 25% on everything else. All right, amazing. That good? Yeah, good. All right. So just so we're clear, let me go back to my example I gave. So we got a $39 bracelet. Let's say it's a $24 cup, a $99 bag, and a $15 candle. I don't know if those, I know the bracelets, right? I don't know about the others. So that's $177 total out of pocket. So what would you make on that? Well, you're going to make your 50% on the jewelry and 25% on the other items. Make sense? All that. So your total profit on that order would be $54. $19.50 of that is coming from the jewelry. All right. That's easy, right? All right. Here we go. Let's keep going. Now then, when you join Devoted, you get a one-time discount of 50% on your first personal order. All right, now then, you're sitting there, if you've got your Premier glasses on, you're thinking, well, we always get 50%. You get 50% on jewelry, okay? When you join Devoted, your first personal order, this is, instead of saying get the $395 boutique or get the $795 boutique or here's what comes with your boutique, $95 is your enrollment fee. You're in. Your first order then is get whatever you want to, one time, 50% off, okay? So that's really, really powerful. That's a great way for people to stock up however they want to on what they need, what's important to them, all right? And that means we don't need the boutique that we see from $45 a month, $395, $795. We do have a cap of up to $500. That's $500 spent. So like $1,000 worth of retail, okay? Which, by the way, if they're doing that, that's a lot, okay? By the way, I meant to say this, and not that anyone's done it yet, but you're naturally going to have follow-up questions in your mind. Today, in this setting, it's not the place. I know some of you just automatically, your hand will go up even before you think about it, okay? And that's okay. When I look at you and my eyebrows kind of go up like this, it's kind of like me saying, hey, we talked about this, right? Okay? So just know we'll cover questions another time, but we have so much to get through that we're not going to take it here, okay? So just be prepared. All right. Does this make sense? Good. Excellent. Easy so far. So think about this for a second. For $95 a year, I can be an affiliate with Devoted. I can share all of their products. I can make 25% on everything. I can make another 25% on the jewelry. Okay, if I want to do that, what an opportunity. And everything that is sold gives back. That's awesome. All right, let's keep going. You can also renew annually for $95. All right, so very simple. Essentially $95 a year, and you are in. Done and done. And When you renew, you will also get that one-time discount of 50% on that personal order, one time, okay? So that's a great opportunity for lots of people, right? It's good. Okay. Let's talk team commissions, okay? So as an affiliate, you can continue to build a team, all right? Now then, before we get into what this looks like, we did see an opportunity to adjust how we talk about team commissions, okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, right now we talk about 10, 10, 10, right? Which is great. By the way, our current plan is pretty simple, all right? But there's even opportunities to simplify it a little bit. And so we're going to try to do that now. Well, what is 10, 10, 10? Well, it's actually 10% of cost, right? Which is half of the retail, which is what a normal person is thinking about, right, before they come in. Doesn't mean it's hard to understand, but I will tell you, we really saw this come up when the star position came up, and people are thinking, I did 1,000 in retail. It's like, no, 1,000 CV, and so it's very obvious even now, people struggle to understand the difference between retail and CV. So instead of us putting a lot of effort in trying to explain that, we were like, well, why don't we just base the percentage off of the retail? Okay? So as part of Devoted, we'll make that transition. Now then, so if we were taking today's plan and applying it to that logic, it would look like 5, 5, 5 for the most part instead of 10, 10, 10. Does that make sense? Right? You just take it. It's more straightforward. It's necessary. By the way, this is necessary because now that we aren't manufacturing all these products, if we didn't do this, then every product would have to have different CV. It wouldn't be like a set amount, and nobody wants that, right? So it makes more sense to base it off of just the price paid, okay? So just to make sure, I know some of you are still sitting there, you're shaking your head, but you don't know why because you don't really understand what I'm saying. So just to make sure we understand what I'm saying, $44 retail. That's the retail price of this piece. Correct? 5% of that is $220. Okay? Now then, the CV on that is $22, right? You got to do this. 10% of 22 is $220. We see how we got to the same place there. Okay. Good. So now that we all understand that. All right. Now then, we are making an adjustment then, based off of that, to how we will do team commissions, okay? As I told you, there's a lot that the home office now has to do that is going to complement all the work that you're doing. And even if we go back into direct selling in the 80s, 90s especially, what the home office was really responsible for, gosh, one of my mentors in the industry said, ship product and mail checks. That's what we're here to do, okay? It's like the field will take care of the rest. And there was a little bit of truth to that then. But since then, between technology needs, marketing needs, so many different things, there's a lot more that a corporate office for a direct sales company has to do to complement what the field is doing. And then at the same time, because the marketplace is so competitive on other opportunities, the expectation of an entrepreneur in terms of what they expect the corporate office to do is much higher, okay? So we do need to invest a little bit more into some of those things that will then help you build your business more, okay? So affiliates can earn off of 2 levels, okay? 2 levels, not 3, all right? So let me walk through this with you. First off, the first level will be 7.5%. Yeah. What is of retail? If we were in CV land, what would that be? 15. Okay. Level 2 will be 5%. Okay. So again, if we were to compare that to when we say 10, 10, 10 now, what we are saying in this new land is 15, 10. We won't say it that way, but just for all of us, since that's the language we speak. Now, many of you are sitting there right now, and you're thinking about this, and you're like, oh, man, I lost the 3rd level. And you know what? There are some that this is significant for, and we know that. And we're not doing it to hurt them in any way. We're doing what we feel like is necessary that needs to be done to take this model forward, okay? But here's what I do know, because when we started talking along these lines, I personally went in and started looking at some people's, many of you in this room, and said, all right, what does that mean for this person? What does that mean for this person? What does that mean for this one? Here's what I can tell you. The vast majority of jewelers, the vast majority of you, actually will make more on your team commissions with this plan. Now then, for better or for worse, it's because you don't have much of a third level, okay? Or it's gone away. Maybe you did one day and it's not there as much now. Again, some of you, that's not the case, and I get that, okay? But for the vast majority of jewelers today, this is a better plan for them, okay? But it also gives us the opportunity to keep a few more dollars and do all the stuff that I'm talking about that needs to be done to continue for this to flourish, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so we're certainly keeping an eye on how and when to roll this out, okay? We've tossed around the idea of, okay, let's wait until, August, or, hey, we've even said, hey, if it's better for some people in the field, do we do it sooner than later? We haven't made that decision for sure yet. Right now, I would say plan on August, okay? But just know that this is the plan that we're looking at. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, we could have a whole day's worth of training based off of that, okay? But what it does mean, especially for new people, is they are rewarded really well as they start building a team too, which a lot of them, if I look at especially what it seems like, what I have seen in the couple of years that I have been here is as new people come in, many of you are very good at getting new jewelers to join. What it seems like we struggle with is getting those new jewelers to really build anything, right? They just kind of dabble, right? Or maybe whatever. And I also know, well, if I've got to choose between making 10% off of what they do, or I can make 50% off of what I do, I am at a point right now, I got to focus on me. And what I do, I control that, which makes all the sense in the world until you start thinking there's only so much of you. Eventually, you're out of time. You're out of bandwidth, you're out of capabilities, it goes away, okay? So what we do need is we need affiliates building teams of affiliates. And so we certainly want to reward them for doing that, and we've even upped the ante just a little bit there on that first level to help them do that, all right? So now if they're sitting there thinking, I can make 25% off of my personal sales, which is great, and yes, it is more, but I don't mind devoting some time to help this person build their business because 7.5% of them doing it is great too. And by the way, it's not all about that anyway, right? It's more about, hey, as we expand, we serve more and more people, all right? So just know that. So anyway, this is how the team commissions will work, all right? Part of this too is this isn't necessarily the reason we're doing this, but there are some regulatory things in place that are at least hinting at, hey, the more levels you've got, the more attention you get from the FTC. So again, hear me out here. I'm not saying that's necessarily why we're doing it, but there could be something there, and maybe it's something we're getting ahead of that we don't even know is coming. I don't know. Okay, so just know that. But really, what we are is a multi-tiered affiliate program, right? You can make 25% off your own sales, and then if you want to build a team, you make 7.5% and 5%. That's really powerful. I was talking to a friend of mine whose wife is an influencer, pretty well known kind of in the paleo space, and he had to tell me what that was. No. No, but she's pretty well known there, and what he was telling me was, and of course, she's got lots of friends who are in the influencer space. And she said, they're really struggling with earning enough income from just a typical affiliate program. He said they're actually starting to look to direct sales because they don't look at it as direct sales. They look at it as a multi-tiered affiliate program. And they're saying, I actually could, instead of just make some extra money and still have to scramble like crazy while I'm, Instagramming or whatever it is I'm doing, I can actually continue to do that, but that can become possibly a career for me, or that can become my main source of income, not just a side source of income. And so there's a lot of attraction to that as well. All that to say, we're not saying, and some people have heard me walk through this and say, oh, so I guess we all have to be internet stars now. You do not. It's very important for you to hear me say that is not what this plan is based on at all. Now then, I think we will attract some people in that space that we never would have attracted before. But it doesn't matter how you choose to share Devoted, whether you're going to create some huge online platform or you're going to continue to do what you do via home shows and whatever and anything else in between. Okay, this is made to accommodate for all of that. All right, so it's very important for you to hear that. All right, so let's use our same example just so we're clear. So this is 44 retail. 7.5% of that would be 330, and 5% is 220, right? So just so we're clear, before, when you were making 10% on your first level of this sale, you're making 220, remember? In this scenario, it would be 330. Now, we are basing it off of retail, so some of you might be sitting there saying, well, what about, hey, well, if I'm doing discounts and things like that? And the percent, the commission will be based off of price paid. All right, that will be what's considered retail, okay? So if that is the case and you have some people, especially on one of your lower levels, that does a lot of discounting, okay, first off, their margin for discounting on the 25% items won't be quite as large, right? But yeah, that will impact your commissions a little bit, but I wouldn't get too tied up in that because the greater good is, hey, I have people sharing and selling product and whatever the amount is, I'm going to make a percentage of that, all right? Make sense? All right. So, in summary, I can join Devoted. I can become an affiliate for $95 a year. I'm going to make 25% profit on everything I sell, and I can even make 50% on the jewelry. I'm going to earn 7.5% on anything my first level affiliates sell, and I'm going to make 5% on the sales from my second level. This is a multi-tiered affiliate program, and I am an affiliate with Devoted. That's what I am, right? Seems simple, straightforward. Y'all are easy. Let it sink in a little bit, but it's very straightforward, and it's $95 a year. Now then, we don't want to go out and get people to join that have no intention of not building a business. That is not what we want, okay? If they don't want to build a business, then hey, this isn't for you. You don't need to be an affiliate. Don't do that, okay? But what we are saying is, hey, if you do want to be an affiliate, it is easy, it is rewarding, and you're going to love it, okay? So come on in. Let's spend a little bit of time on our leadership ranks and our titles, because we spend a lot of time thinking about this, and especially, this is a big part of direct selling as we've always known it, right? Oh, hey, there's got to be all of these different stair steps and things, and we've had a great one with our designer program going all the way from star all the way up to executive director, and that is good. But what we are seeing, again, if we define reality, if we take a look at what we're seeing, and especially if we take into account there are people, and we're going to attract more and more of them, that aren't looking for a career, they're just looking for a way to make a couple extra bucks. And so to start talking and to make a huge deal to them about, oh, you can get to this and double platinum grand poobah and all of these different things, they're like, hello, no thank you, okay? The other thing is it can sometimes cause, even though it's there for a purpose and it's great and we love recognizing and will continue to recognize people who are leading the way, it can also create a lot of pressure sometimes, right, if we're being honest. Hey, I got to live up to this. I got to requalify. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. So we try to take a fresh look and said, okay, what does this look like in today's world? What does it, and why is it there to begin with? We want to recognize people who are helping us bring our mission to life at the end of the day, right? Doesn't matter how you do it. Doesn't matter what you're doing to do it. We just want to celebrate them. And so we started looking at, okay, first off, what if we just looked at our leadership levels being determined on an annual basis, beginning July 1st, ending June 30th? Now, some of you are sitting there saying, hey, at certain levels, we do annual reviews now anyway. That's not that different. Okay, well, hang with me. Every year, everyone starts fresh July 1st. Okay? And goes through June 30th. And through June 30th, they'll walk through the program I'm about to show you. Okay? And that will determine how they're recognized after that. Okay? They will be recognized at the level they achieved during the previous qualification period for a full year. All right, now what does that mean exactly? So if you achieve 3-star between July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020, then you'll be recognized as a 3-star from July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021. Okay, making sense so far? So here's what I did up to this point. I'll be recognized at that level for the whole year. And when we say recognized at that level, it's, hey, if you're on stage or whatever, if we're calling your name out, or if it's on your website or whatever, you are a 3-star for the year. It's not going to bounce back and forth and all that. However, while you're being recognized for what you did the previous year, you're also starting all over on what you're going to be for the next year. And it's simply going to just, hey, every year we're going to recognize whatever you accomplished for that year. Now, it doesn't mean we won't have some lifetime recognition that'll be in place. And, hey, we appreciate everything you've done for more than just a year. But as far as our standard recognition program, we're going to simplify it and make it something, hey, if you want to do this, this is our program for the year. All right, and this is how we do that. All right. Levels will only be based on total retail volume. Okay, what is that? So that's taking personal retail volume, what you personally sell, and then your team's retail volume. Okay, that'll be the only criteria within this. There'll be no requirements for first-level jewelers, designer legs, PCV, TCV, those things that are in place now. Not that those things are bad, but what we're doing is we're looking into, okay, let's just be more of an affiliate model than necessarily a direct selling model. And let's just say, hey, if you have a great year with your personal sales and pretty good year with your team sales, that was a great contribution to what we're trying to do here, right? If you have a little bit of personal sales and a lot of team sales, you've obviously done a lot of team building, which is great. You made a great contribution to our mission, okay? Now, what we aren't saying is you don't need to sponsor, right? Because the easiest way to grow those team sales is to have a team, right? And so, but what we are recognizing is, okay, just for this, to simplify it, that is, you need people. You got to have people to accomplish that, all right? But what it also does is it kind of evens things out just a little bit in terms of, man, if you are a rock star retailer, man, you've contributed a lot to the company this year. And so we want to celebrate you, even if you're not a rock star retailer, but you've got 4 people on your team who are, right? And we're so grateful that you introduced them to this. And so it also gets it to where one of the things that people get frustrated with sometimes in direct selling is the confusion of how do I do all of this? I don't understand this part. And there's good reasons that some of those things have been added. But what we want to do is take a look and say, okay, how can we just simplify that? All right? And so that's what we're looking at here. So what could this look like? The proposed levels that we're looking at is based on total retail volume. Starts at, what I have there is level 1 at 2,000 and works its way up all the way to 250,000. Okay? Now then, here are the names that we're thinking about just to simplify it. We kind of like the star thing. I'm a star affiliate. I've reached 2,000 for the year. Or I'm a 2-star, or I'm a 3-star, all the way up to 10-star. Again, just making it, there's 10 levels. Let's make it clear. All right? I'm a 10-star affiliate. I'm a 6-star affiliate with Devoted. We will, what I don't have here, we will add some just little baseline qualification just to make sure. What we don't want is, hey, Robert is just a great retailer and I'm the one that sponsored Robert and I do absolutely nothing. What we don't want is, I'm getting rewarded just the same as Robert, but we're going to make that very simple. At the same time, we also want to recognize, hey, Brett, yeah, we're really thankful that you brought Robert into the business. He's awesome, okay? He's great. You're not great, but he is, okay? That's right. Okay? So let's test this for just a second, all right? Can you do this with me? Let's say If I generated 15,000 in personal retail and 10,000 in team retail between July 1st and June 30th, what would I be? 4-star. Y'all are good. I'm a 4-star affiliate, right? For those that don't understand why, it's because you add 15 and 10 together and you hit 25. See how simple this is? Okay, great. Think about this, by the way, as we walk through this, the first thing you're thinking about is you personally, that's natural, you should. The second thing you're thinking about is some people on your team, right? That, hey, they're working hard, they're doing this. It's like, oh, you might have someone who's a really, just a great retailer, but for whatever reason, either she's not interested in building a team or she struggled with it. Well, she's still going to be rewarded now. She might, in our current program, she might be a star, but now she might be like a 3-star, right? And so, great. I want to encourage you. That's awesome. Hey, what if you added a team to that? Think about what could happen, right? Or, hey, keep going. The next level is 25. You think you can hit that? Whatever. All right, let's keep going. Y'all are good. If I generated 50,000 in personal, 25 in team, what would I be? 6-star. 6-star. Yes. 6-star affiliate. Got to watch these two over here. Everyone understand? I added 50 and 25. Pretty simple, right? All right. Now, in this case, by the way, pretty dang good retailer for the year. Team, okay, it's great. It's fine. It's not as big as retail. Okay, hey, it's all 75. Let's look at just a big-time retailer who's really not built almost a team at all, okay? So I generated 100 in personal retail and 5 in team retail. What would I be? 7-star. This is good. Excellent. What if it was the reverse? What if I generated 10,000 in personal retail and I have a team of 200,000? What would I be? 9-star. See how simple this is? So there's no explanation of, I lost my designer leg, or what's a designer leg again? Or PCV and TCV. Okay. It's kind of looking at, all right, this is something that can be explained to anyone. Now, they still might not care, right? People might be like, I don't care about 3-star and 4-star and all that, okay? But they might, okay? But what if, I think we could get them to care a little bit more, if we took kind of all of our annual rewards and we wrapped it into an annual program that's synced up with our recognition, okay? And the way I envision this happening is every year at Rally, which is right after July 1st, so we've started over again there, and every year we release, okay, here's the program for this year, right? And we say, oh, good, I'm going for it. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Now, what I'm about to show you, it's important that you acknowledge this, is not the program. It's just it could be. It's just giving you an idea of how this could work, okay? The program won't be released until August this year, okay, as far as the rewards. But just to give you an idea, because we have things like retail clubs and sponsoring clubs and incentives and all these different things, which are great. I love them. So why don't we say, okay, let's bring all that together in one simple program, all right? So if we do that, take all of that stuff together. Did I say this was only an example? Okay. But what if you hit star and it's like, hey, here's $100 credit, jewelry. Or maybe we've got a devoted swag bag or 500 credit. Maybe it's AirPods, right, if you're into that sort of thing. Maybe it's thoughts of, hey, we're having special Haven training that you can come to, right? And we're bringing others together at that level. Maybe it's our cruise is, hey, you hit this level. Anyone who does that. Or maybe the Tory Burch bag, family Disney trips. So, one of the things we noticed going to Disney, which we all loved, and yet, everyone goes with your family because that's what you do at Disney. So you don't get to necessarily be together. We've even talked about mission trips, and hey, if it got really big, you want to go for it, what about a trip to Paris, right? Now then, did I say this is just an example? Okay. So you cannot hold me to this. But what I'm trying to do is, one, think about the simplicity, but also the synchronicity of everyone being on, hey, when you hit 2,000, which many of you would do like in July, right? You'd cross that barrier then. Great. You get your credit right away. Okay? and you get to 5,000, we'll add on. It's not saying you get one or the other. You get each one of these as you build up. Yeah. That's why I said it is an example. Okay? All right. But think about, hold it with me now. The exciting thing about this is not just how excited you get about it, but you also have a built-in incentive program for everyone on your team that you can work with them automatically. Say, hey, let's go for this together. Let's do it. You've got this. And once you hit one milestone, this one isn't that far out of reach, right? And because it's total retail volume and not just all personal or all team, you can say, hey, however you want to get there, that's great. And it also recognizes, especially for people who aren't building a team, because we do want people to do that. We do need more people in. And so as they're having success with their personal retail, being able to show them and say, you know what, I know you can get to 50,000 in your sleep, but if you want to get that other stuff, why don't you show a few people how to do what you're doing? Let's help them out and see, you'll get there. All right. And this, by the way, regardless of what percentage I'm making on that, I'm getting rewarded here dollar for dollar. Right? Hey, if they do $1, that counts as part of my total retail volume. So I'm getting fully rewarded off of that. It's pretty significant. Is that exciting? Yeah. And I think it's real simple, especially for people who either don't get all the other stuff, or maybe they're even like, the more details you give me here, the more out the door I am. Okay? But this is one, they're like, I'm not interested in recognition or leadership, but I am interested in some AirPods. All right? So what do I got to do to get those? All right? And so before they know it, they are a leader. And that's the bigger deal here. How many of you came in to be a leader? I bet it's not too many of you, right? But you experienced what was possible, right? And then it's like, oh, I want to do more of this. And we just need people to experience that so that they can keep going and going and going, right? So, pretty simple program as we go through that. Now then, there's an element that's missing, and that's our hostess program. And we're going to spend a lot of time on that here a little bit later in the day. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay? But here's what I want to do. Again, as you're chewing on this and you're thinking about different elements of this, again, we've had some people in the room who have gone before a little bit, and they've been thinking about this. And a couple, one that I've heard from a lot the last 2 or 3 weeks is someone who's just like, the more I keep thinking about this, the more excited I get. And I wanted to make sure that she could share with you. So joining Gayla Ungerer on stage is also Miss Excitement herself, Kathy Allen.
Canoe. Who's going to Paris?
Woo-wee! I love it. Okay.
Hey, isn't Brett like starting to grow on you?
I love him.
I mean, he's like
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing him out of the canoe.
No.
No.
Really growing on
I love
me.
him, and he listens to me get so excited. Because when I'm excited, I think everyone should be excited with me. And everyone should do what I'm doing. So get rid of the boat and get in a rope. Get in a speedboat. We got to do that. This is going to be the day. This is the day. There's days in your life where you remember where you were when you found something out. You will always remember February 1st as the day you found out about Devoted, because you're the founding members. And I think that's super cool.
Exciting.
And I am excited we have a new name and a new, fresh look. But as I marinated on this, and I thought to myself, this is so different than what we have right now. It is, but it isn't. If you love to do jewelry shows, you better keep doing them. Because you make 50%, and you do serve the purpose. Teaching them how to look good, feel better about themselves. Do not forget that's going to be huge in your business still. So don't lament that, but think about all the people that have come through those jewelry shows that you've done that bought one time from you and never bought another thing because you can only wear so much jewelry, right? Are you thinking about those people right now? Are you thinking about them? Are you thinking about every person that has ever been an affiliate, and they didn't even know it, but they were an affiliate in Premier Designs with you, and they left because they got tired. They didn't want to carry their cases in for one reason or another. You have got to introduce this to them again. You have to introduce this to them again because this is different, and they might like doing this. And what about the person, man or woman? Yes. Not just women, men or women, who never did this because they weren't big fashion people. Do you know what it costs to become an affiliate? What's it cost? What's it cost? $95 is the difference between getting a cart at Walmart and not.
That's true.
I mean, seriously, it is. If you pick up a cart, you're going to spend $95. If you don't, you're like my husband. He'll buy one thing and he doesn't know why I always buy more. Yeah. For $95, you can try this out. And you can have someone from this room teach you how to be successful in it. Because Premier or Devoted is making this easy for us. They are giving us a beautiful website with stories behind products, with a purpose in what we do. This is what are you going to do? What I want you to do, I want you to start right now. Okay? I don't want you to sit here and wait till August to tell people they can be an affiliate with Devoted. I want you to start telling them we've got some big changes in Premier. See, am I excited? Yeah. Are you excited? Just cut me off at 5 because I get excited for a while. If you're excited, and I thought to myself, on a good day, when we recognized the top sponsors up here last night, top sponsor brought in how many, Connie? 18. That's going to be low. That's not going to, don't you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Think about this. You should be able to bring in, I thought to myself, and I said it at the executive director meeting, I think I can bring 100 people in with this. And I really do. I really do. Because we have more product. We're going to have more product. We're not just limited to jewelry. And it's $95. Do you get that? So my 4 daughters, I have one son and a daughter-in-law and 4 daughters, they're married. My daughters haven't done Premier. They haven't done it. But I bet they're going to be affiliates with this. And so that means they're going to have the opportunity to stay home and raise their babies and make a living because you're going to be able to had you lost, I'm just going to be honest with you, had you lost a little bit of hope, trust me, if I heard one more time I'm not going to sponsor anybody else again, I was like, talk to the hand. I don't want to hear that. And I said, $95 and $95 to renew is amazing. 50%, 25%, both numbers are amazing. They're so amazing. And Premier Devoted, I got to start saying that, Devoted. I really love that name, do you? Well, I'm not going to say that. I like Devoted. I like the long word. I want your wheels to start turning, and I want you to start telling people that Premier is changing. It's going to be Devoted, and it's going to be and I want to tell you about it. I've already thought who I'm going to call. Who am I going to call and tell this about? I'm going to call my sister-in-law. It's never bought one piece of jewelry from me ever. But she always thought I should do Premier. But I could not even see her doing it for nothing. I didn't tell her to do it. I didn't think she could. But I think she can do Devoted. And there's some people out there that can do that. I know, I get really excited. And some of you might be lamenting what you've lost, but you haven't lost anything. You have lost nothing. Premier just grew up and left home. And I said, it grew up and left home. You haven't lost anything. All right. I'm going to let my sweet, sweet friend talk to you.
It's my Premier mama. She calls me every day with this kind of excitement.
I know.
And then I get excited. Okay, well, first thing I really want to do is thank you. Thank you, leadership, for staying with us. Amen. I appreciate it. Thank you for loving each other and taking care of each other over these last few years that have been challenging to a lot of us. And I know personally, I don't know where I would be without my Premier family. And so I just really wanted to give you a heartfelt thank you for just staying with us. I'm confident. I was talking to Allison Mitchell the other day on the phone, and I said, I don't know that I want to use the word excitement because I think it can be overused sometimes with me because I'm excited. No, not Kathy, but like, if you know me, every other word out of my mouth is I'm excited, right, Angie? I'm excited about everything. And so I just want to say that I'm confident. I have a sense of confidence in this direction and in this concept. And I think that's a really good thing for you to share with your team because that holds a different, that's different than when you're excited, right? Because you're excited, of course you're excited, you're sitting here today. But when you go back and you're talking one-on-one with people, and they'll be going, well, of course you're excited. You were there. But instead, if you just say, Gary, I am confident in this direction. I am confident in God's plan for Devoted. And I am confident that if we all work together, this is going to be the next amazing thing. And what I was just thinking to myself the other day, it's time to step into a new place and a new time. And I am excited and confident about that. Okay, so I just want to touch on the team commissions, okay, a little bit, because when I saw that at the executive director meeting, the first thing I thought to myself was, I have a rather large third level after 24 years. But what I really thought about was how that model, Brett, caused me to kind of have a zoom focus. It didn't feel so vast to me. It didn't give me, my heart wasn't, beating super fast going, okay, how are you going to manage all of this? And so it's just a zoom focus. And I do think we will all have a little bit of a different strategy, and we can work together on that, on how we're going to build that first and second level. But the reality is this. It's up to us. I just feel like I have so much more control, Kathy, over this. It's my personal sales, my first level, and my second level. And so I just wanted to touch on that, make sure you understand how that works. We're here to answer any questions. Brett's here to answer any questions. I just really can't believe how funny you really are. Like, I don't know. I've really picked up on it more today than ever. Okay, the leadership levels. Who is excited about? Now, I know he said something along the lines of, this is just an example. But he has now said that twice, and I just feel like he wouldn't keep putting that up there. I'm kidding. But let me just say this. I know for years we've talked about visual achievement awards in this company, things that we were going for. There's nothing more fun than telling your girlfriend, I just want a cruise, or I just want a bag, or I just want AirPods. I don't even own any AirPods, but I sure would like to have some. And being able to post that on social media, right? And share with your social platforms that that's the level that you just hit and all of that fun stuff. And so I'm excited. So much potential. Yay. What's that? I'm confident. I want to say one last thing. And Gina talked about butts. And Gina, I was thinking the same thing because, later we're going to get with all of you and we'll be talking over the next few days. And our people will be going, but Misty, what about, but Kathy, what about this? Or, but Andrea, what about this? And the only thing that should follow but God. but God. Amen? All right. Thanks, Brett. Thanks for the 20 minutes.
All right. Make sure you see Kathy's socks today before you leave. That's right. It's got my homes on there. Okay. So a couple things I want to touch base on real quickly. First off, very straightforward, right? Very simple. Different, but not that different, okay? Couple things. We talked about devoted, and it is called devoted. And we can own that's a mark with DVTD, and we're this close to the logo being final, but I didn't want to show it to you until it's final, but it will help make it all make a lot more sense when you see that, and we'll make that its own special occurrence, okay? But when you talk about it, you can say, I'm with devoted, okay? Another thing, just a little thing, but it's important. You know, if we're going to have an affiliate program, the other thing that happens a lot with affiliates is they're affiliates for lots of different things. Okay, that happens. And in direct selling, not just as Premier Designs, but direct selling has kind of struggled with that over the years. It's like, hey, you've got to be, you know, with us or with them, but can't be both or anything like that. But it's important in today's world to recognize, because there are so many opportunities, that it puts you and us and everyone in a very difficult situation when we say, hey, I know you got a lot of other things that you could do and complement what you're doing here, but you just can't do that and get certain things with Premier, okay? There's reasons for that. We understand that, but the world's different now. And so as we roll forward, and this is going to impact who you reach out to, and I have a feeling who you reach out to in terms of people who used to be with us and have moved on, is that portion of our policy is gone, okay? And what I mean by that is if you are a part of another opportunity, be it direct selling or anything else, that's your business, not ours, okay? So understand that. That's different, okay? But it simply does not make sense today to continue to do that, all right? It did at one time, but it doesn't right now, okay? What we want is, this is a great opportunity, and if it helps meet some of your needs or all of your needs, or whatever it is that you're wanting to do, we'd love for you to be a part of it, okay? So I did want to share that with everyone. It's in the policy currently, but I'm just telling you right now, I'm not even worried about that, okay? So if you know people you want to reach out to, and get them excited and confident about what we're doing, then you can do it, all right? Make sense?